Have you ever wondered why cats seem to have a unique connection with Muslims, whether at home, in a mosque, or even just strolling down the street? These furry companions often approach Muslims with an unmistakable sense of ease. But why is this? Is it mere coincidence? Or is there something deeper at play? Something that goes beyond the surface? In Islam, cats are not just ordinary animals. They hold a truly special place in our faith. Our beloved Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, showed immense love and compassion for cats, setting an example for Muslims to follow. But is this the sole reason they feel drawn to Muslims? Or is there an unseen spiritual connection that transcends what science can explain? Today we're diving into the hidden wisdom within Islamic teachings, to explore why cats seem to form such a strong bond with Muslims. From enlightening hadiths to fascinating scientific insights, you'll be astounded by the secrets we're about to reveal. Stick with us until the end, because what we share today might just change the way you view cats forever. Don't miss out on this extraordinary journey into the mystical world of cats and Islam. Number 1. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and his love for cats. One of the most beautiful examples of kindness in Islam is the way Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, treated animals, especially cats. He didn't just tolerate them, he loved and cared for them, setting an example for all Muslims to follow. A famous story tells us about Muezza, the Prophet's beloved cat. One day, as the Prophet, peace be upon him, was preparing for prayer, he noticed Muezza sleeping on his robe. Rather than disturbing the cat, he gently cut off the piece of cloth where Muezza was resting and left it undisturbed. This small yet powerful action showed his deep compassion and respect for all creatures, no matter how small. There's also a narration where the Prophet, peace be upon him, was seen performing wudu, ablution from water that a cat had drunk from, showing that their saliva is not impure. Unlike some other animals, Islam considers cats clean, and they are allowed to roam freely in homes and even mosques. Through his actions, the Prophet, peace be upon him, taught us that animals, especially cats, should be treated with mercy, love, and kindness. This is why many Muslims today still show deep respect toward cats, following the sunnah of our beloved Prophet, peace be upon him. Number 2. Islamic teachings on cats. Islam considers cats to be pure and special creatures, and several hadiths highlight their importance. Unlike some animals, cats are allowed inside homes and even mosques, because the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, himself showed kindness toward them. A well-known hadith states, "Cats are not impure, rather they are among those who go around among you." Abu Dawud. This means that cats are naturally clean animals, and their presence does not make anything impure. This is why Muslims can pray in a place where cats are present, and even if a cat drinks from a container, the water remains pure. Islam also strictly prohibits harming or mistreating cats. In Sahih al-Bukhari, there is a hadith about a woman who was punished in hell because she locked up a cat, refusing to feed it or let it go free to find food. This shows how seriously Islam takes the treatment of animals. On the other hand, feeding and caring for cats is a form of charity and brings great rewards. The Prophet, peace be upon him, encouraged mercy toward animals, and caring for a cat is a sunnah that earns blessings and barakah in life. Number 3. The spiritual connection between cats and Muslims. Have you ever noticed that cats seem to be naturally drawn to some people more than others? This is not just a coincidence. Animals, especially cats, have an incredible ability to sense energy and emotions. Many believe that cats can detect a person's inner state, which explains why they often feel comfortable around Muslims who practice their faith sincerely. This deep spiritual connection between Muslims and cats is a beautiful sign of Allah's mercy and the harmony between His creation. Number 4. The hidden blessings of caring for cats. Taking care of cats is not just an act of kindness, It brings barakah, blessings and mercy into a Muslim's life. In Islam, feeding and protecting animals is considered a form of charity, sadaqah, and Allah rewards those who show compassion to His creatures. One powerful hadith warns against mistreating cats. A woman was punished in hell because of a cat she had confined until it died. She did not feed it nor let it eat from the insects of the earth. Sahih al-Bukhari. This hadith teaches us that harming animals is a grave sin, but on the other hand, even a small act of kindness, like giving food or water to a cat, can bring immense rewards from Allah. In another hadith, the Prophet, peace be upon him, stated that showing mercy to any living being is rewarded by Allah. This means that petting, feeding, or sheltering a cat can erase sins and increase one's blessings in life. Many Muslims also believe that having a cat in the home brings peace, comfort, and positivity, as these gentle creatures remind us of the mercy and love that Islam teaches. Number 5. Why cats feel safe around Muslims. An in-depth exploration. Cats are often perceived as mysterious, intuitive creatures. Their keen senses and calm demeanor allow them to react in ways that fascinate and sometimes bewilder their human companions. But what is it that draws them specifically to Muslims, especially those who practice their faith sincerely? What is it about Islamic teachings and practices that make cats feel comfortable, safe, and even at ease around Muslims? In this article, we will explore the connection between cats and Muslims through several Islamic teachings and beliefs. From kindness and cleanliness to spiritual energy and protection from the unseen world, there are profound reasons why cats feel safe around Muslims. The sense of kindness. Islamic teachings on mercy and compassion. At the heart of Islam lies the principle of mercy and kindness, both to humans and animals. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, is known as Rahmatul Alamin, mercy to the worlds, and his teachings emphasize the importance of compassion toward all creatures. In one well-known hadith, the Prophet said, "Whoever is kind to the creatures of God, he is kind to himself." Sahih Bukhari. This foundational teaching in Islam resonates deeply with cats, who are instinctively sensitive to the emotions and energy of their environment. Cats tend to avoid those who mistreat them, and instead, they gravitate toward individuals who show kindness and gentleness. Islam's emphasis on being merciful and kind ensures that Muslims are naturally predisposed to treat animals with care, which is exactly the kind of environment in which cats feel safe and comfortable. Cats have an inherent sensitivity to human behavior and can easily detect the intentions of a person. They are highly perceptive animals, picking up on subtle cues like body language, tone of voice, and the general atmosphere around them. A Muslim who practices the teachings of mercy and kindness radiates positive energy, which makes them more approachable and comforting to animals, especially cats. This connection explains why cats often feel at ease in homes where the people follow Islamic teachings of compassion and gentleness. 2. Islamic cleanliness and purity. A symbiotic relationship. Islam places great importance on cleanliness and purity, not only of the body but also of the home. The act of wudu, ablution, which Muslims perform before prayer, is a daily practice that keeps believers in a state of physical and spiritual purity. This emphasis on cleanliness is not just for humans, but extends to their surroundings, including their homes. One of the core teachings of Islam is the purification of oneself and one's environment, and this principle naturally attracts cats, who are known for their instinctive cleanliness. Cats spend a significant portion of their day grooming themselves, and their natural inclination toward cleanliness makes them more likely to feel at home in spaces that are similarly clean and pure. In Islam, it is also considered a blessing to maintain a clean home, as it is believed that a tidy and organized environment is conducive to spiritual peace and tranquility. A home where daily prayers are performed, where the Quran is recited, and where cleanliness is prioritized, is an environment that reflects harmony and purity, qualities that make cats feel safe and secure. 3. Calm and peaceful energy, attraction to spiritual tranquility. One of the defining features of a practicing Muslim is their connection to spirituality through daily rituals, including salah, prayer, dhikr, remembrance of Allah, and the recitation of the Quran. These practices foster a sense of tranquility and inner peace that is palpable, not only to the individual but also to those around them, including animals. Cats are particularly sensitive to energy and vibrations. Their heightened sense of hearing and acute perception of their environment make them incredibly attuned to the emotional and spiritual atmosphere of a space. When a Muslim performs their prayers and engages in regular dhikr, the resulting spiritual calmness and tranquility can have a calming effect on the surrounding environment, which includes any pets or animals in the vicinity. Numerous cat owners have shared their experiences of their cats sitting quietly beside them during prayer or even curling up next to them while reciting the Quran. The peaceful energy emanating from the act of worship is comforting to cats, and they instinctively seek out this calmness. In Islamic culture, prayer is not just a physical act, but a deeply spiritual one that promotes peace and harmony. Cats, being naturally intuitive creatures, are drawn to such environments where they feel a sense of serenity and protection. For protection from the unseen, the role of jinn and angels. In Islam, belief in the unseen world is an integral part of the faith. Muslims believe in the existence of jinn, supernatural beings created from smokeless fire, and angels, spiritual beings created from light. While humans are unable to perceive these beings directly, animals, especially cats, are thought to have a heightened sensitivity to the presence of both jinn and angels. A well-known hadith mentions, "When you hear the crowing of a rooster, ask Allah for his bounty, for it has seen an angel. And when you hear the braying of a donkey, seek refuge with Allah, for it has seen a devil." Sahih Bukhari. This hadith highlights the belief that animals, including cats, are sensitive to the presence of spiritual beings that humans cannot see. It is suggested that cats may be able to perceive the presence of jinn and angels and react accordingly, which might explain some of their seemingly inexplicable behaviors, such as staring at empty spaces or reacting to things that humans cannot detect. A Muslim home filled with the recitation of the Quran, constant dhikr, and regular acts of worship is considered a place of protection and peace. According to Islamic belief, such homes are shielded from harmful jinn and other negative spiritual entities. Cats, being drawn to this peaceful environment, often feel a sense of security in these homes, as they are protected from the unseen forces that may threaten their well-being. In this sense, cats may feel safe and secure around Muslims because they instinctively sense the spiritual protection that comes with practicing Islam. 5. A deep connection to the Sunnah, following the Prophet's example. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, had a deep love and respect for animals, especially cats. His relationship with his own cat, Muezza, is famous and serves as an example for Muslims on how to treat animals with kindness and mercy. One famous story tells of the Prophet, peace be upon him, cutting off the sleeve of his robe to avoid disturbing his cat, who was sleeping on it. This act of mercy is a powerful reminder of the respect that Muslims should show toward animals. The Prophet's behavior toward cats not only demonstrated his affection for them, but also set a precedent for Muslims to follow in their treatment of animals. By following the Prophet's example, Muslims are encouraged to approach animals with the same love, care, and gentleness that he showed. This compassionate approach to animals fosters an environment where cats feel safe and loved. The spiritual bond between cats and Muslims. The special connection between cats and Muslims is rooted in the core teachings of Islam, which emphasize kindness, cleanliness, spiritual tranquility, and protection from the unseen world. Cats, being highly sensitive and intuitive creatures, are naturally drawn to the positive energy and peaceful environments created by Muslims who sincerely practice their faith, whether through the kindness of a Muslim's heart, the purity of their home, the tranquility of their prayers, or the protection from unseen forces. Cats find safety and comfort in the presence of those who follow the teachings of Islam. As Muslims continue to practice the example of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, their homes become sanctuaries of peace and mercy, not just for humans, but for all creatures, including the beloved cat. Cats are not just ordinary pets, they hold a special place in Islam, from the love of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, for his cat Muezza, to the Islamic teachings of mercy and kindness. These gentle creatures remind us of the importance of compassion. Islam teaches that treating animals well brings blessings and rewards, while harming them leads to severe consequences. Cats are drawn to Muslims not just because of kindness, but also because of spiritual purity, peaceful energy, and Islamic cleanliness. Many Muslims notice their cats sitting with them during prayer or reacting to the recitation of the Quran. This deep, unseen connection between cats and Muslims is one of the beautiful signs of Allah's mercy. If you have a cat, remember that caring for it is an act of charity that can bring barakah into your life. Even if you don't own one, simply feeding or showing kindness to a stray cat can earn you great rewards from Allah. So the next time a cat comes near you, don't ignore it. Perhaps it's a sign of Allah's blessing in your life.